Jai Shri Ram. Welcome to yet another reading of Srimad Valmiki Ramayan. Here we together read each verse of this epic composition. Last week, in the third canto of Ramayan, we read a brief outline of the epic by Rishi Valmiki himself. With Lord Brahma's blessings and with his own yogic powers, Maharshi Valmiki was able to envision every minute detail of Ramkatha. Today, we will read the fourth canto of the scripture. It has 36 shlokas. The canto is about two young princes, Love and Kush, learning the legendary tale of Rama. Let us begin the reading by invoking Lord Ganesha and Lord Hanuman. Om Gan Ganpate Namaha. Om Han Hanumate Namaha. Srimad Valmiki Ramayan, Balyakand, Canto 4. The revered sage Valmiki crafted the entire life story of Rama in wonderful shlokas. By then, Rama had regained his kingdom. Sage Valmiki composed Ramayan in 500 odd cantos with 24,000 verses spread across 6 chapters and an epilogue. Having duly completed the epic along with Uttarkand as well as the future events, the intellectual and revered sage wondered who could possibly recite this extensive poem in front of audience. While the great sage is contemplating, Love and Kush, dressed as hermits, humbly approach the sage and touch his feet. Valmiki looks at both brothers, who were also the residents of the same ashram. The glorious and virtuous princes, gifted with a melodious voice. They were also proficient in Vedas. Seeing the intellectual pair, the revered sage initiated them into the epic as a supplementary wisdom to the Vedic teachings. The ascetic sage renders the entire epic in the name of Ramayan. It includes Sita Charitam, which translates as the story of Sita, and Pulastyavadam, that is, the elimination of Ravan from the lineage of Pulastya. The verses of the epic poem are delightful to read as well as chant. The shlokas are melodious, adaptable to music with 3 scales and 7-fold tune. They can be rhymed with various string instruments. It embodies all the expressions of Navras, Shringhar, Hasya, Karuna, Raudra, Veer, Bhayankar, Vibhats, Adbhut, Shant, that is, love, laughter, sorrow, anger, courage, fear, disgust, wonder, and peace. The epic is chanted with all these aesthetics. Both the brothers are gifted with a sweet voice and look like Gandharva, the celestial singers. They have mastered the art of music and are skilled with the voice modulations. They have a charming appearance, melodious voice, and look like two reflected images of Rama. It is like two mirror images emerging out of Rama's body. Ramayan, the epic that promotes virtues and ethics. The princes memorize the finest epic in its entirety and render it flawlessly. Well aware of the epic's content and intent, Love and Kush diligently chant it in the gatherings of sages, scholars, and eminent people exactly as they had learned it. These exemplary and highly talented great souls stand in the middle of assemblies and chant this poem in the gatherings of sages and pious souls. On listening to this chant, all the sages are seized with great wonder. Moved by the performance, they applaud, "Excellent! Excellent this is!" All the virtue loving sages are delighted and applaud the praiseworthy singers Love and Kush. Wow! The melody of this Geet, especially the meaning and recitation of shlokas, is superb. Even though it happened long, long ago, It looks like it is happening right now, in the present moment, timeless. Immersing into the spirit of the epic, the two boys are singing it together in one voice, in a sweet, loving tone with the rich notes of music. Being applauded by such eminent seers, the two boys sang all the more sweetly, thoughtfully, and expressively. Pleased with their performance, one saint got up and bestowed a pitcher to them. Another reputed sage got so delighted that he gave them garments. Certain sage gifted them skin of a black deer, and likewise another bestowed a sacred thread. Someone presented them a kamandal, and another sage gave a girdle of kusha grass. Some sage presented them an undercloth. One overjoyed hermit gifted them a hatchet, and another sage gave a saffron cloth. Someone rewarded them with a tuft headband. Some fascinated one handed out a sacrificial vessel. Someone delivered a bundle of firewood sticks. Another one gifted a plank of adambri wood as a token of appreciation. One overjoyed great sage blessed them with long life, and thus all truth avowing sages present there bestowed boons on those two princes. Wonderful! This epic, beautifully recounted by Valmiki, is truly mesmerizing. It is composed exquisitely and concluded chronologically. O princes, skilled in all styles of singing, you have beautifully performed it. This poem is melodious to hear and begets longevity and prosperity. Both Love and Kush chant this in lanes and streets and get applauded everywhere. Bharat's elder brother and destroyer of enemies, Rama, notices them on the streets of Ayodhya and invites these honor-worthy brothers, Love and Kush, to his palace. He extends respectful hospitality to them. Seated on a divine golden throne, in the presence of his ministers and brothers seated next to him, Rama looks at the modest, well-mannered and charming brothers, Love and Kush, and then addresses Lakshman, Shatrughan and Bharat likewise. Carefully listen this versatile and thoughtful legend from these exceptionally brilliant brothers. And thus, he motivated the singers and urged them to commence. Both the singers tuned to their string instruments and chanted the ballad harmoniously and effectually in clear and melodious voice with appropriate voice modulations. The performance enthralled the courtiers' senses, minds, and hearts. It was comforting to hear and made its mark in the gathering of audience. Rama praises Kush and Love, these two saints, Love and Kush. Even though they are great hermits, they exude a royal appearance as well. Listen to the great impactful legend they are reciting, as it is conducive for our well-being, even for me. Encouraged by words of Rama, the two brothers, well versed with Marg style of singing, continued chanting. Everyone in assembly, including Rama himself, got absorbed in that peaceful chanting to experience the tranquility surging from it. In this canto, we saw Love and Kush incredible journey learning and reciting the poem of Ramayana. They chant this legend in the court of Raja Ram and set the stage for a timeless story. And thus ends the canto 4 in the Balkand of Srimad Ramayana, the first and oldest epic by Rishi Valmiki. Thank you for listening. May Lord Rama blessings always be upon you. We will return next week with more from Srimad Valmiki Ramayana. Till then, stay blessed, stay tuned, like, share and subscribe. Jai Siya Ram. Har Har Mahadev.